Guys, Destiny here from Pick and Poke Designs. Today is Monday and it's about 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and I thought I would just take a few minutes and show you guys my current whips. So I have them kind of spread out around me. I do have a lot of other whips, but those ones are in my closet and they're things that I'm not going to be working on for a while, but these are all projects that I'm hoping to finish very soon. So the first one is actually a Crochet Along. You guys have probably seen me posting about this one. I love this project. So I have the head done and I have been working on the body this morning. So I actually woke up super early this morning. I woke up at about 3 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. I tried to go back to sleep. I tried to listen to like some sleep sounds, some sleep stories, but I couldn't fall back asleep. And then I just wasn't feeling good lying there. So I was like, I'm going to get up and do something relaxing. So I got up and I grabbed my Ursula project. So when I started it this morning, I'd say I was about right here on it. And I crocheted probably about 2 hours. I think I crocheted from about 3:30 in the morning until about 5:30. And I just took my time and I got up to this far. So I kept going because I wanted to get to this part, because I kept seeing the thumbnail when Kayla made hers, and I was just like, how is she making that cleavage? Like, I cannot wait to see how she does this. So I wanted to keep going. So I got to this part, and I was so excited. So yeah, so I couldn't sleep. So I just put on some yarn tube. I was watching some TL Yarn? Tony. I was watching Tony this morning, and she had this awesome event. Like she was vlogging about this fiber arts event that she went to, and it looked really, really cool. So yeah, I was watching that, and then I was also watching Kayla do the body for this. So I would, check out and see what, I would follow the instructions that Kayla was giving, and then I would switch back to Tony, watch her, then come back when I needed to see the next row, and just kind of just bouncing between the two videos. And yeah, that was just really relaxing, and I really enjoyed my early morning after that. So yeah, so this project, really excited about. I want to finish it today. I want to finish crocheting the rest of it and then attach the head to it, because I don't know. I don't know when Kayla's gonna have the next part of this come out, but she did mention that she's working on the arms right now, and she mentioned that she had something pretty cool for them. So I'm excited, and I know as soon as she posts that, I'm gonna want to work on it. So I need to make sure that I have the body ready. So as soon as she posts that, I can get started. So I'm having just so much fun with this project. Like, I love the way Kayla teaches. I don't know, I just love how, like, she's just like, it doesn't have to be perfect. You miss a stitch here, it's an amigurumi, it's gonna turn out. So I've not been counting my stitches. I'm just crocheting along, and it's really relaxing that way. And I like that, not worrying about if I missed a stitch somewhere or anything like that. So yeah, so this is one of my whips that I'm just absolutely loving. My next whip I will show you, okay, this one I've been working on for a really long time. Like, I probably started this, I want to say, a year and a half ago. And I took a break from it because I was running out of yarn, and I was using these Cairn 1 pounds, and I was waiting for either a sale, or I was waiting for a good coupon. My cat did this. As soon as I bought this, I set it down on my bed, and the cat came over and immediately chomped down on it. But let me show you the project. I posted about this one too. And this is my llama. Kind of messy with the strings. But yes, so I started this about a year and a half ago. I love working on it, but making all of these loops takes forever. And it just makes it a really slow moving project. So because of that, I just work on it a little bit, then I put it down, working on it again. And right now I am working on one of the legs, which I don't even see. Where's my leg? Oh, I dropped it. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so I'm working on, this is the first leg that I'm doing. So I need to do all of the legs. I need to do the tail, and then it's going to have a harness and a little blanket on its back. And this is a pattern from Your Inspirations, and I love it. I think it is so, so cute. I love the head. I did sew the head on crooked. I think the head is supposed to be like straight on, but mine's kind of looking to the side, and I don't know. I think it's cute. I like how it's looking to the side. I'm going to say that I planned it that way, that I wanted my llama looking to the side. It didn't just accidentally sew on that way. I wanted him looking to the side. So yeah, so this is my second project. And while I'm showing you guys this project, I'm going to do a little self promo. This is one of my crochet bags. So it has crochet, a clothesline, and then it has my name at the bottom. And I make these bags. I do embroidery, and this is one part of my the main part of my business is I do custom embroidery for people. So especially for teachers, because teachers, like things with their name on them. So that's kind of how I got started. I would sell teacher shirts, teacher bags, and that kind of stuff. But then I also embroider everything for myself. So this is just a bag I have on my website. And it's a pretty big bag. Like most of my projects, this llama is huge. But usually when I have a project in here, it's a zip bag and I'm able to zip it up. I guess it probably would zip, but I don't know. I don't like zipping in my llama in here. So I usually just leave it open and leave him peeking out because I think it's cute. And then I also like that in here, I have a pocket where I can put my crochet hooks. So it keeps them nice and I don't have to worry about losing them. So yeah, so if you are interested in a bag, I will put a link to these on my website and you guys can pick one up. And I'm going to be adding a lot more designs and stuff pretty soon, but yeah, this one I do have up right now. All right, so that is project number 2. Project number 3 is a blanket project. So I've posted also about this one. This is a bag o' day pattern, and it is, she called it the polychromatic blanket, I think. Someone in my comments suggested that it looked like a mermaid blanket, so now I call it my mermaid blanket. Love this project, but it's a lot bigger than most of the blankets that I make. So I usually don't do blankets that are this big, but yeah, I just love the pattern. So I was like, I'm going to make a big one. Unfortunately, this colorful yarn is a yarn that I bought years and years ago. And it looks like this. And I only had 3 of these. And I was like, Kitty just like almost knocked over everything. Thank you, Katie, for that. But I had, are these the same? These actually look, oh, no, these are both the original ones that I had. And I bought 3 of these. I used one and it got me this far. And before I started this project, I did go online and I looked to see if this was still in stock. And it was. So I was like, yeah, fine, I'll just order some more. I'll see how far I get. And then once I used up this first one, I went to get a second. And then I realized that it looks a lot different. Like the color is different. The weight of the yarn is different. And yeah, so I was a little bit kind of disappointed about that. Cat is being so distracting right now. She's just, I don't know what I think she's like after a little fly or something. She's being really silly and distracting me. But yeah, so once I ran out, I did I have another cat in here, just walked in. So I wanted to see like if I could really see the difference. So this top row is actually the newest one, and then the bottom is my original. So my plan is I'm going to crochet one of my original. Then I'm going to do either 2 or 3 skeins of the new one. I'm thinking probably 3. Then I'll switch back to my original and then keep alternating that. So hopefully if you can see the difference, it will look more like stripes, and I guess it'll look a little bit more intentional that way. So that's just kind of my plan for that. It's really, really getting hot here. It's not into the hundreds yet, but it's 90s. And I usually kind of put once it's like in the 90s, I kind of put away my blankets. I do bring them back up when it gets above 100 degrees because that's when I need the AC on all the time. And I like to pretend, like, because my AC is like right next to my desk. So when I sit here, I'm frozen. So once it gets like high 90s into the hundreds, like I have to have the AC on. I try to like not use it as much because, you know, it gets very expensive. But yeah, but when it gets up to like high 90s, 100, it has to be on most of the day. And when I'm sitting at my desk, it's like freezing. Like it is so cold. The rest of the room is like the perfect temperature. Like it's just nice. But in front of like right here, it's freezing. So I do like a blanket project there because I like to pretend that it's not 115 outside. Like I'll have my AC on, I'll be crocheting, and then I'll have like a cup of hot tea or something, and I'll just be sitting here pretending that I'm that it's not 115 degrees or something. So yeah, blanket projects I like either when it is actually cold or it's super hot and I'm just pretending that it's a chilly day. And sometimes I'll even like put on like a sound, like the nature sounds of like a snowstorm. I'll sit here crocheting, pretending that it's like a blizzard out or something. That's just me. I'm weird like that. But yeah, so this is project number 3. And the last project that I'm currently working on is actually behind me. And this one, almost done. I've actually crocheted all the pieces and I've attached them with these little, just with pins to make sure, see where I want to go. I just need to sew them together. And the reason I have not sewn them together is because I can't decide how much of it I'm going to hot glue and how much of it I'm going to actually sew. So I know the eyes for sure. I'm going to hot glue these on, and I'm going to hot glue on the beak. And then the arms and the ears, I'm like debating. Like I used to never hot glue a project. Like I used to be a person, I'm like, I'm not going to hot glue it. I've crocheted it. I'm going to sew it together. But once I started my Ursula, that was the first time that I tried hot gluing, and I like it. I like it. I think it looks really, really neat because I'm a messy sewer. Some of the things I sew come out pretty good. Like the well that I sewed together, the tail on that, I think I did a great job. That was like the best thing I've sewn together. So yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to just hot glue on all the pieces or if I'm going to sew on the ears and the arms. So I'm going to just do the face first, and I'll see how I'm feeling, if I want to continue hot gluing or if I'm going to actually sew it. And I also need to kind of figure out what I'm going to do with the hair. In the pattern, the hair is cut like super, super short, and they just stick straight up. But I feel like my head is like flat, and I don't know. I just felt like it kind of maybe needs the hair a little bit longer on mine. So I'm going to decide how I'm going to do that. I was kind of also thinking maybe brushing out some of these to give her like a poofier look. So we'll see. But I love this project. This is going to be one that I'd probably leave on my bed because I think it's so, so cute. So yeah, so these are my current projects, and these are all ones that are like going to be finished. And I do have a lot of projects in my closet. And most of those are blankets, and they're blankets from a really long time ago before I started Amigurumi. Like I used to just be a blanket person. That's pretty much all I made. Like during COVID, that's when I got into crochet again. From like when I was a child I crocheted, but I really got back into it during like lockdown and stuff because I just didn't have anything else to do. So I started crocheting, and I was crocheting a lot. Like I was making a blanket every 1 to 2 days. Like I was putting out a blanket. Like, yeah, so there's a lot of blankets I have. But I have a lot in my closet too that I didn't finish. And once I started the amigurumi, one of the reasons I really like it is because it doesn't take up a lot of yarn. Like I can buy just one skein of yarn and I can make a project out of that versus like making a blanket where you need just so much more yarn. And it's like, I have to just, when I was doing that, I had to be like really deliberate in like the colors that I choose. Cause I couldn't just like see like one really cute yarn and bring that home. Like I needed enough for the blanket. So, I mean, I enjoy making the blankets, but for me, I really like the amigurumi just because I don't need as much yarn. It's a lot cheaper. And when I see like, one really, really cute one, cute skein of yarn, I can bring it home. So it brings me a lot of joy. And quick question for you guys. How do you pronounce that word? Is it skein, like a skein of yarn, or is it a skein of yarn, or is it something completely different? Because I always grew up just calling it a skein of yarn, but I tend to pronounce things incorrectly a lot. You guys probably noticed that. So I don't know. I don't know how to actually pronounce that word. I just say skein or I usually just say avoid it and just say like a ball of yarn or something. But yeah, so I've kind of been wondering about that. So if you guys can help me out and let me know, like, how do you actually supposed to pronounce that word? Because I'm curious. All right, so yeah, so these are my current WIPs. And yeah, so I'm going to keep working on those. I'm probably the first thing I'm going to finish is probably getting the owl done. Then I'm going to finish my Ursula body, so that's ready for the next part. And then I want to start some new projects. So I picked up this book, and there's some cute stuff in here. Like, it's cute, 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 and I love how the pages are laid out. I love it. So yeah, so I'm thinking I might do some small projects because most of the project I've been making so far have been really, really big. So I kind of want to do some small ones. And every time I look down, it's because one of the cats is like running around. So let's see if they'll say hi. She took off. This one, Nina, you want to say hi? Meow. Okay, let's see if we can say hi. So this is one of my cats. This is Nina. Nina does not like to cuddle. She doesn't want me to hold her. She's a cat who likes to come over herself, walk over, and if she wants to get into your lap, she wants to climb up there herself. She doesn't want you to pick her up, but for you guys, I'll risk it and see. But yeah, this is one of my cats. She is a rescue kitty who was born. She was born from a wild kitty, a feral kitty that I was feeding. So yeah, this is her. All right, I'm gonna let her go because she's like, okay, I don't want to get scratched. Let's do it. Oh, Katie took off. All right, so yeah, see if we can get another kitty. The rest of the kitties are sleepy, so I won't wake them up because they're not causing problems. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I do want to do another crochet along. It's starting to get a little bit warm, so we'll see if I'm up for doing something. But I do want to record something else. I want to just chat with you guys a little bit more. I really enjoy it, and I always enjoy reading your comments and replying back to you because I feel like I'm learning a lot about you guys, and it brings me a lot of joy, as I always say. So, thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, for subscribing, for all of that stuff. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you guys soon. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you guys.